Sure. Where you could say,
Yes.
I think I might be well in, I might be good in this particular section. Okay,
Yes.
so for we are now going into Security Operations Center as a section in this career path.
So okay.
So we are going to talk about that today. Meanwhile, your class is being recorded now.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So the I found this. I met this young man online. His materials. His name is Anand Guru. He is an Indian, I believe. So he over the years he has trained over 5,000 students on this particular topic, Security Operations Center.
Mm.
So and he has a whooping more than 13 years experience and also more than 6 years experience in teaching. So when I came in contact with his teaching, I felt like, okay, this is a very nice landing for the topic, Security Operations Center. So ever since then, I have adopted it. I think in your folder, you will also find a link to the course on his Udemy page.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look very well, you might be able to find it. So we're going to go through the material and use it
Yes.
to explain the concept. Very well. So where does first of all, what is SOC? What is SOC?
SOC.
Yes,
Security Operations Center. Yeah.
yeah, confirm.
Security Operations Center is a centralized unit that deals with security issues.
Mhm.
So I'm still picking it. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
even you over answered, so I will give you 150 over 100.
Uh, Thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you
this
very much.
particular section or department, they deal solely on security issues in the company, and then we're going to look at where they fit in as a standalone, and also where they fit in as as a as a STEM in the industry. So this will be a graphical or a grammatic representation of the job markets where you have the entire market on the surface, information technology powering
Okay.
it behind, then the IT infrastructure powering the information technology, then the IT infrastructure powers the information technology, which powers the job market. Now, IT security strengthens and powers IT infrastructure, which in turn powers the information technology, then powers the entire market. Then, in the nucleus of all these, that is where SOC sits. So, SOC sits
Okay. Mm.
as a hub, as a security hub in the heartbeat of all these things. So if you build a very fantastic house without security in place, you might be making a huge
Mhm.
mistake. Uh, So that is what happens in SOC.
Yes.
So there is
Mm.
an analogy here. We have some related fields in civil engineering where you see the architect, the mason worker, the tile worker, the painter, electrician, and plumber. But yet we see the civil engineer, and the civil engineer might not necessarily be an expert in each of these skills. But one thing is sure, he knows or he
Yes.
has a skill on how to work with each and every one of them. And together they build a
Evidence.
house. So, in the area of Security Operations Center, we have our neighboring brothers and sisters, uh, and their work
Mhm.
almost aligns with ours. So in the industry, as you go ahead, you will meet them in one way or the other, maybe in a greet and pass or in a dining, you meet them, you guys will talk about, some of them might bring their issues to your table. So you'll be able to recognize them as relatives in your sphere of influence.
Mhm.
So we're going to look at what each of them stands for below. But first of all, why are SOC jobs in demand? Why are security operations center jobs in demand? Hmm. First of all, there is a global cybersecurity skills shortage. And as of 2025, the competition keeps getting um, tougher and tougher into the industry. Okay, the competition keeps getting tougher. But as of the time of the early 2013, 14, 15, before COVID came in, or let's say just around COVID, there was cybersecurity skill shortage, even though there is even now. Now there is for the people who are aligned properly to secure those roles. So only security jobs at IT firms during the COVID-19 impact, there was also a decline and an outburst of security incidents, which surged the demand of at least in-house security operations center, if not at subschool.
Impressions.
Yeah. So that was how, or that is part of the things that gave rise to the need for security operations center, in quotes, cybersecurity general. And the analogy he painted here is trying to explain that the cybersecurity field on its own is very vast, very, very vast. And it is advisable for one to pick a field or a section one at a time. Then you grow ahead, just like what we are doing in this boot camp. We give you a test of both words so that you can say, okay, based on my strengths, I want to continue in this part, or I want to pivot into this other section of cybersecurity. So if one goes into the entire field of engineering, I want to know engineering. The question is, what type of engineering do you want to know? You then say, oh, engineering, I just want to know everything engineering. Then you know the person is on his way to lose his road. Because engineering has a lot of branches. We have electrical, we have mechanical, we have metallurgical, we have chemical, we have types of engineering. So definition is paramount in every learning process so that also you keep your mind focused and your training focused. So that is what he's trying to advise here for one to choose a path and stay in it. So this particular part, Security Operations Center, as of 2015, the domain started evolving. I hope my network has not dropped. I have standby networks. Get ready to switch. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear
Okay.
you. I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So
Okay.
as of 2015, the domain started evolving. 63% of security job opportunities circle around operations center. 63% of. Which country again are you in currently?
I'm in the UK right now. I
Yeah,
told you the other
UK.
time.
Yeah. Um, if you wrap up quickly, and in fact, I will advise if security operations center at the end of this beginners program is your preference, I will advise you take up the advanced security operations center role, which some of the new guys that are in the group now, that is what they are prepping to do. So those who are outside
Okay.
the country, they find it a bit easier and faster to land security operations center jobs, more in quote
Okay.
cybersecurity jobs. So it is very fast.
Mm.
Then for some of us that are down here in Africa, we've got to do some little works here and there, and before we get a good
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So I just gave you a little tip on what I observed
Yes,
in
sir.
the industry. Okay,
Mhm.
so uh, it has low entry barrier, meaning there is not much blockage into getting into the industry. Most times, you are being required to show skills first before certification. And that reminds me, you got to be preparing for your license exam, which is ISC2. You
Yeah.
write it, you get a license.
Yes.
I think that will be a big Zik license to kickstart the journey. After that, they would be asking you for, uh, normally they will ask for Security Plus or equivalent. Now, ISC2 is an equivalent or could pass you in place of Security Plus. So after ISC2, if you get another one
Okay.
higher than Security Plus, that will eliminate the total need of Security Plus. Okay, so
This-
let's
Okay.
get to when we get to certification parts, we'll talk more about that. So it has low entry barrier, and currently new certifications are being introduced, which ISC2 is part of them. So I'm on slide 18. In case when you're going through the video, you look at the slide. On this particular side,
Okay.
it listed out the diverse IT teams in a company, and the Security Operations Center happens to be
Okay.
one of the IT teams recognized in a company, especially in a standard company anyway. So he went ahead to explain what most of them does. For example, the systems team or server team, they are in charge of provisioning the hardwares and also configuring them to standard. These are what the system team guys does. The network team, they are into the planning and designing of the network architecture while also installing and maintaining network devices. And also, these setups, these network devices are majorly one of the things that we, the security operation centers, we monitor because those are the places where we can find trails
Mm.
of of things that are happening. So a thief might not walk into the bank and start, it's very rare to see a thief just walk into the bank, but it's very common to see them trying to hack the internet or to hack the network of the bank. Okay, so it is through some of these network devices that we monitor and we get first-hand information what is happening and when and where it is happening and from who it is happening. So we also have the endpoint security team. So these guys are in charge of the endpoint securities that you put in your devices, antivirus, host firewalls, host intrusion prevention systems, disk encryption, etc. Under the network security team, these guys protect the overall network, installing, configuring, and maintaining network security solutions. These solutions, these devices that help the system to stay active to the internet and also to stay secured, we man them, we watch over them as a information security,
Okay.
security operations center. So in here
Okay.
also we find the infosec security team. We brushed it in week one, GRC, where I told you that we have the legal arm of the cybersecurity
Yeah.
team. So this is their,
Governance.
yes, compliance and risk, governance, risk and compliance.
Risk. Compliance. Yes.
Yeah, so this is their headquarters. This is where they function as a team, as a section or sector in cybersecurity. So under the infosec security team, See, they conduct regular audits, conduct user awareness training, they draft security policies,
Okay.
adherence to regulatory compliances. And if you look at these job roles, these are more of C-level or people who work along with C-level executives. So this section is also top-notch in the industry. So in case someone who says, okay, I don't have the flair for active monitoring, or I don't have the flair for active attacking, this governance, risk, and compliance section will also be a very good fit. Most especially if the person has some level of experience under drafting policies, auditing, all those stuff, accounting, all those stuff. So
Okay.
the person could do well in this place. Also, project management. Any project manager or product manager will also do well in
Mhm.
GIC.
Okay.
Now we have the vulnerability assessment team. These guys are active warriors in the field. They use automated tools to scan network to identify if there are any vulnerabilities in the system. One of the questions that might come out in your exam is they might ask you what is patching. What is patching? So, in a layman's understanding,
Patching.
patch, patching means fixing something. Let's say I wouldn't say temporary, but fixing it on the go. So
Yeah.
you don't have to break down the whole system
Yeah.
before you fix it. So once you find it, then you update it, then push out the
Yeah.
update at once. Okay. So they scan
Just
the
like
network.
patching a
Yes,
tire.
exactly. So you patch it and update it for the meantime. Then when there is time for complete overhaul, you now do the overhaul. So when, let's say, for example, in on a Monday morning, something happens and taking down the system on a Monday morning would be more disastrous. So they just patch the system and update it on the go so that users can go about their business. Then probably in the midnight, a full system update will be carried out. That is why most times when you wake up in the night or in the morning to use some of your apps, you'll find out that they are updating. They will direct you to the Google Play
Updated.
Store,
Yes.
yeah, to go and update it, or you find that they've updated on their own. So the vulnerability,
So
I
I
said,
can
go
I
ahead,
can
go ahead.
Yeah, I can just say when if patching just in a layman's way, I could just say a fix on the go before
Mm-hmm.
a fix on the go to
Mm-hmm.
avoid rundown of the system. To further
Exactly.
to when a fix on the go to update the system
Yes,
so
yes.
that the
To avoid
yeah
downtime. And
downtime. Yeah.
Your IC2 exam is objective, so expect
Okay.
similar looking answers that would want to confuse you.
Answers.
Well, they
Okay.
will want to confuse you. So once you know the concept, you'll be able to take away the wrong answers from the right one.
Yes, sir.
So the identity and access management team. Okay, these guys are in charge of issuing out or creating username and password as granting access to systems that you are able to log into your bank app, process your request, and execute them. They are in charge of that identity and access management team. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the security operations center. These guys, they basically do monitoring, detecting, investigation, and responding to cyber threats. And the these are the things that the Advanced Security Operation Center program covers. So uh, we will be going into the nitty gritty. You will have the SOC lab to work with. Okay, you will be given access
Yes.
to the SOC lab where you monitor
Yes.
actively, then you're able to detect incomings, then investigate them, and make up your case, analyze them, and report. At least those are the basic job roles of level one security analyst, security operation and which is more than enough as a stepping foot to go into the industry. So once you have been
Industry.
trained on the level one job role, you are good to go. Half of the job the companies will do when they take you has been taken up. You now fire up from there. So they work with SMEs of other teams to remediate the security incident. And we have the SIM, we have SOAR, we have threat intelligence, and we have analysis tools. The SIM stands for security
Analysis. Yeah.
information and event
Yeah.
management. Yeah. And we have some SIM tools that we're going to be using
And
in
event management.
yes, yes. So we have some SIM tools that we're going to be using to demonstrate how this works. In the SOAR, I think we are using a Shuffle. Shuffle is kind of an application that automates most of these processes. So, but the way I was trained, I wasn't trained to automate them at first. I was trained to manually
Okay.
do the jobs. That job that you want to automate
Okay.
later, you do them. So that when you're automating, you know what you're automating. So,
So
meaning,
one, if you first do the job itself.
yes, yes. So the training,
Okay.
they,
Before
they said,
automation.
yes, the training that is coming up that the guys are taking in the advanced SOC, we equip them to
Yeah.
do active monitoring. They will do that themselves. Active detecting, they will do that themselves. Investigation, they will do that themselves. Um, Making up cases and writing tickets of reporting what they've seen, they will do that themselves. Okay, which gives you hands-on skill in what is happening. But if we automate the whole process, what you will see is beginning to the end. You just see a flash of automated process. You wouldn't know what went in between them, and that would be a breach in skill. Do you get me?
Okay. Yes, please. I get you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So the SOC, the central, we call it the central to organization security because currently the application developers they refer to the SOC when issues happen. Even this identity and access management, once there is any issue, they call upon the SOC. After all, you guys say now wanna be security people. I am gonna find out the issue, find out the problem. So SOC sits just in the middle of all these things to to resolve. Meanwhile, they should do it because they are the ones that actually see beyond what these other peripheral systems sees. So the guys that are working on the surface level, they don't see what is happening beneath. So SOC analyst guys, since they are monitoring the underlying wires, they should be able to take care of all those. So we're going to talk about the evolution of SOC. How did it come to pass? Why did we even need it in the first place? What was the state of cybersecurity,
Hmm.
or what was the state of companies before SOC was better? Where and what was happening before SOC came to being? That is what we're going to talk about now. So early in the years 28 to 2010, Stuxnet was developed, and it was arguably the first cyber weapon that was developed. And it had one job function this.
So, Stuxnet.
Yes, you see the job, you see what it was designed to do.
Then to bring that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes.
Now you
To
can
bring
see the
down Iran's
magnitude,
nuclear power plant.
you can see the magnitude of a cyber weapon. We are not talking of a nuclear weapon here. We are talking of something somebody will sit down on a laptop and engineer. And it poses great threats, not just to an individual,
Threats.
not just to a society or a company, but as a nation.
But as a nation, yes.
Yeah. So when you see countries hitting hard on cybersecurity or crimes, you should know that it's not a joke for them. It's not a joke. So you can imagine if a threat actor gets hold of the airlines, the airline ways, and
Yeah.
it's going to cause a lot of havoc. It's going to cause a lot of havoc. So we've had or we've seen major cyber attacks in the past. I think before now, these were some of the heavy attacks that has happened. With Yahoo ranking, I think one of the highest, which affected 3 billion of its users. 3 billion of its users.
Mhm.
3 billion as of January 2014.
As of all these years.
Yeah. MasterCard and Visa, they also had their own share around 2012. Yeah, they warned that they warned their card issuing banks that third-party payments processors suffered a security breach affecting 10 million credit cards. Okay. So this company Target had almost 40 million of its credit and debit cards impacted, and which went ahead to compromise 110 million target customers. So, and these attacks, they never end. Even currently, there are attacks going on. And I think study shows that when small businesses get hit by a cyber crime, 80% or 90% chance they don't bounce back.
They
Small
don't bounce
businesses,
back, yes.
small businesses. The other big businesses, they might have the capacity to weigh it, then come back. But small scale businesses, research has shown that it takes a toll on them and they eventually chicken out. So it's a very annoying experience to go through. So remember, we are talking about the state of companies, the state of the industry without or before SOC came to being.
Around, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is where we are now.
All these attacks were made before SOC was introduced in the cybersecurity system.
Yes, yes. And even after SOC has been introduced, attacks kept on happening. We'll find out how and we'll find out why down the line. So, who is safe in the internet? Our caricature diagram is asking. So, we found out that it took over 205 days for companies to detect an attack. 205 days is almost a year.
Yeah, yes.
And 80 days before the attack happened, there were indications
So we have
that
been
this
warned.
attack would happen. There were indications that this attack would happen. 67% of the time when these attacks are being detected,
Happen.
it's not even detected by the company, but an external entity.
That's it.
So this was the state of industries before SOC happened. If we look at this on a calendar form, we'll see it's more interesting. So on the 20th of January, from 20th of January to April, there were indications of attack, but nobody noticed it until the attack happened. From when it happened, April, down to November 19th, it wasn't detected. It was after November 19th that it was detected. So you can
Detected.
imagine, yes, you can imagine attack comes and happens and it has not been detected for almost how many months? Somebody will just come in and steal and go. Nobody will, without trace.
Go.
It's very funny. it was a very sober
Yeah.
state. So we found out the root cause, and the root cause was lack of visibility. Nobody was watching.
Visibility. Yes.
Nobody was watching because if there were dedicated teams watching the pipelines of activities, they would see those initial, what's it called, attack signs. They would have noticed these initial,
Attack. Yes.
yeah, these indicators. So if you close your door and go out and come back and the door has cracked a bit or has been forcefully someone trying to forcefully open it but couldn't open it, then left, you will be concerned. Like, oh, so someone tried to enter this place. But if you never care to visit your back door, the person will come, try the first day, it doesn't work, try the second day. Maybe on the third day or the 10th day, the door will do what? The door will open
Mhm.
and the person will go
We
in
open. Yes.
and make a way. And even go for the fact that the owner of the house doesn't often come to the backyard to check. He will not know
Yes.
that something of this magnitude has even happened. Maybe one of the neighbors will be passing. Ah, Mr. Jeffrey, why is your backyard door open? He said, ah,
Open.
no, my backyard door is not open. I said, come on, look at it. It's wide open. Then you will ask, wow. So someone has broken into my house and I didn't know. And so that was what the picture we painted here. It took 205 days for companies to detect an attack. 80 days before that attack happened, there were indications that this attack was going to happen.
Yeah.
Then 67% of the time, these attacks were detected by outsiders, not even the company
Outsider.
itself. Yeah, not even the company itself. So the root cause was lack of visibility, lack of visibility. And that brought us to the need for security monitoring. See where and how we landed into monitoring.
Mhm.
This is what led us into security monitoring. Now that we want to monitor, or we said we were going to monitor, another challenge came up. What should we monitor? Yes, it's not enough to say let us monitor. What should we monitor? And we said, okay, there's only one way to see what is happening.
Monitor.
Yes, there's only one way to see what is happening. Let's look at the logs. Let's look at the logs of events that are happening in these systems. It is from these logs that we can see what is happening. Computer talks in machine languages and they keep logs. Your phone, your
Yeah.
devices, they keep log
Yeah.
of every activity. They keep logs. And that is why forensic engineers, when they want to find out what happened, they can retrace back from the logs of what has happened with the devices,
Every
the
activity.
person.
Yeah.
Yes. Even when someone say, I did not make this call, I didn't do this. Sorry, the phone keeps track, even when you delete the one that you can see.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so the security operations who know their way around can also recuperate all the lost information just to indict
Yeah.
or make that point. So the logs are what we're going to be monitoring. And where are these logs going to be coming out from? From the system servers. Remember, I told you from the security solutions, all those are network devices that are connect us to the internet, connect us to one another. Those are the things
Yeah.
we need to be monitoring. Okay,
Monitoring.
if that is settled, we have another challenge. And the challenge is these logs are not easy to read and understand. Number one, there are no predefined standards to be followed. Number two, and they come in huge volume. And we are talking of over 25 million logs per day. So that is approximately 300 logs per second. How will a human being catch up with this? How? So it became another big challenge. Meanwhile, let's do a little practical. We're going to read this log and we're going to find out some information about it. This log was left by a visitor on a system. So let's assume that the only evidence we have that someone visited Mr. A's laptop or system is this log here. We're going to analyze this log to find out who this person is, where this person is from, what this person came to look for, and how. Okay. These are the things we can find out from this log, as little as this information is. So, before we do that, can you give it a trial, read through this log, and see if you can make sense out of it?
Okay. This says that on the 8th of January 2020, is it Gecko or something logged onto the internet on Google to make a search for under under Mozilla Firefox at using Windows NT Server 5.2 at that point in time. Then the address was the hypertext transfer protocol on the 1 to 1, the 200 and 108. That means it was the site visited was a US official and client of Mozilla Firefox on Windows 5.0. Mozilla Firefox, uh, the what I mean is that it was it searched on Mozilla Firefox version 5.0 using Windows U on NT Server 5.2.
You've successfully confused me and convinced me also. You've done the two. You
Okay.
confused me and convinced me also. So I'm
It's
gonna
just I was
I'll give you a 90 over 100. That was smart.
okay.
That was smart.
Thank you.
But so the missing part there. What did you say he was searching for? Let me see. To reduce mark or add mark.
Uh, uh, it was searching out for said come search this log analyzer and it's a
Log analyzer.
US official
He was
log
actually searching
analyzer,
for log analyzer.
log analyzer, yes sir.
You know when you impute log analyzer with a space, computer replaces it
Plus
with a plus.
yes,
Yeah, so
with plus, okay.
this was what he was searching for,
Searching for
and and he did it through Google and using a Windows system, using a Mozilla
okay.
Firefox browser, and he went
Firefox,
through the
browser.
HTTP protocol, and
Yeah.
on this particular time. So the only thing that took Mark away from you was you forgot his address.
Address, yeah. Okay, that was what I address or
Yeah,
his address on 1111, yeah.
yeah. So we are going
That
to,
is where the address means that is where he was searching from. That was where
yes.
he was at that point in time. Yeah.
Yeah. So this address is basically tied to the device he used to do this searching.
Yeah.
So this address is tied to the device. You remember that IP addressing is tied to
Yeah.
devices. And those are the unique identifiers we use to identify or differentiate a device from another in the internet. So this is the IP address of the device which he was using. So if you track this device down, you could possibly track him down to that same location
Yes.
if he's
That same
currently with
location.
his system. So we are going to do a check on this IP address and find out some other informations that are not here, which will be personal to him. We've gotten some informations now. We can make a case from here, but let us add it more. Let us garnish the information more from what we can gather about him, about his IP address, about his device. What has he been up to online? Has he been a good guy or a bad guy online? Yeah, um, we have platforms that curate how good or how bad an individual is or has been over a time. If you've been bad and some systems or platforms have reported you once, twice, thrice, the internet never forgets. But a specific part of the internet keeps track. And those are the places where we call them threat intelligence platform.
Okay.
Threat intelligence platform. So we are going to go and do a little practical. We'll go to a threat intelligence platform and we will search this guy out with his IP address and see what we can find about him. Threat intelligence platform is likened to WHO, World Health Organization. World Health
Okay.
Organization, they curate and they
Organization.
keep, yeah, they curate and they keep track of health-related diseases. What's it called? Uh, how do, what they call this stuff? When COVID came,
Yeah.
how do they call it?
So, is it
They,
like what exactly?
they keep record of samples, both things
Incidents
that
or
are
deaths? Okay.
incidents of health stuff.
Okay.
So when something happens,
Health
they
records.
study it. Yes, they study strange incomings and diseases so that they will provide remedy for it. So when something is happening, they have a place to fall back. Okay, this looks like this, or this is like this.
Like
This
a
is
bank.
how, yeah, this is
Okay.
how to solve this. So World Health Organization, they have that intel, that intelligence bank that people or organizations can always
Mm.
fall back to. Nations can fall back to when there is an outbreak of pandemic or outbreak of
Okay.
anything. So they keep record, database of all these things. The same thing with threat intelligence platform. When there are
Mm.
attacks, whenever they happen, however they happen, threat intelligence platforms, they keep track, they record them, they curate them, they see, follow through to the solutions that were used to curb them, and they record all those so that they can give informed decisions to organizations, industries, companies, nations, and how to identify look-alike threats because most of these threats they have a pattern they used to follow. So if you can find out the pattern, okay, then you can be able to move faster ahead of their unexecuted plans and shun them before they execute it. So threat intelligence is very important, very very
Important.
important.
So
Yes,
they keep track record and gives informed decision.
yes, exactly. So we are going to do our first practical. We're going to search out this guy's IP address and see what the threat intelligence platform has for us. Okay, we will go into the name of the threat intelligence platform we're going to use is called virus total. So on your Google, on your search bar, you could just type or search virustotal.com. When you press enter,
All together.
yes, virustotal.com altogether. When you press enter, it's going to pop out this interface. Are you with
Yep.
me?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm there.
Okay, okay. So now it says analyze suspicious files, domains, IPs, and
Yes.
URLs to detect malware. Malware stands for malicious software. That's the meaning of malware,
Stop. Yes. Yeah.
malicious software.
Yeah.
So, and other breaches, automatically share them with the security community. So, this platform takes files. If you have a file someone sent to you and you're not too sure about the file, you upload the file here, and the the system will go through it and check if the file has any virus or any threat. So it's checking the file
Yeah.
that I uploaded. When you click confirm, it will go through it and analyze the content of that file. If you have a URL that someone sent to you, a link someone sent to you, and you have a feeling that I think this link might be
Link. Yeah.
suspicious, yeah, you paste the link here.
Suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah, you paste it here, and you look out for the result that comes out. So this time around, we are going to be searching for the IP address of this guy. So we are going to put the IP address on the search bar on top. So can you remember his IP address again?
Yes. 111 111 111 111 for places. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll press enter, and oh,
111.1.
okay. We already seen some red signals. Meanwhile,
Yes.
we're gonna run. So I'm gonna duplicate this page or open another page instance of the page virustotal.com. So we are going to test a clean address and match it against this guy's own, so we can see
Okay.
the differentiality or the similarity. So we're going to choose Google's address. Google has a simple address 8.8.8.8. That is Google's
Okay.
address. So if we click enter, it will resolve down to google.com. So as you can see here, we are not seeing any red alerts. Everywhere is green. The grass is
Yes.
green. The
Yes.
grass is green.
Yes.
So it's clean. These are sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
So these are some uh, pointers or criteria that has checked out this link and said it is clean, it is clean, it is clean, it is clean. It is not. It doesn't have malware patrol, so it is clean. It doesn't have this. It is clean. It is clean. It is clean. A lot of them. So in our
Yes.
SOC lab also we integrated this threat intelligence in our SOC lab, so that when you monitor, you can be able to go check out the credibility or the information behind what you've seen, so that you can have what to record
Okay.
and submit. When you're writing your ticket, when you're raising your
Mm.
report, you will have to back up your findings with eligible, verifiable claims, just like we are doing now. So Google is clean. And look at the country for the one we are searching for, this
Is
particular
US.
address. Yes, it's US.
Okay. Yes.
So,
Last time this is
so this is the
okay.
detection side. We have details. If you click on details, it will still bring up another
List.
detail information below.
Okay.
It give you this.
Information.
Yeah, it can give you the states. It can give you the postal code. It can give you registration date, an organization, etc. It can give us a lot of information
Yes.
here. Now,
Address range and
under relations, we can still see some information that can still drop off that might be very, very useful. Okay. So, and that is Google. Okay, Google is clean, as allegedly clean. Google is allegedly clean.
malicious stuff has not entered into it.
Yeah. So now let's check off this guy. Now, when you go back to our guy, on mere looking at the
Okay.
platform, you already see a signal. It said 1/95 security vendors flagged this IP address as what? Malicious. So
As malicious, yes.
yeah, so our guy must have been involved in one or two malicious activities,
Uh-huh.
and the
And
record was
the
captured.
country is from Japan.
Exactly. You see, the country is from Japan.
Okay, it says on SOC radar says that malicious threat has been there that is suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, under Socrator captured it as malware.
No way.
Then ArcSight Threat Intelligence captured it and said this is suspicious. So we have two evidence against this
Suspicious.
guy. Two evidence against this guy. Socrator said it is a malware link. Why ArcSight Threat
Mhm.
Intelligence accused it of being suspicious.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So under the
That means it's
details,
trying to. The person is. That means the person is trying to send like a bug into the system. Want to attack it.
yes, or that IP address has been associated with a recent or previous attack
Okay.
for it to have even be
Uh,
labeled malware. It has been
okay.
associated with a malicious attack.
It's attack. Okay.
So under details, we'll find from more details about the guy, the continent, Asia, country, Japan, network, blah blah blah. See, there's another IP address here that resolves down to him. We also see the internet number, the range,
Yeah.
the network, the so many other very useful internet, what's it called, addresses, information
Address.
that can be used to trace down.
Yes.
These are publicly available information. So what we did is just a surface level monitoring or verification of who this guy is.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
we can boldly say that this guy has a malicious background, and
Malicious
whatever
background. We have.
whatever he came to do, it should be scrutinized to know what this guy came to do.
Mhm.
So this
Yeah.
is so you can imagine how long it took us to read this log, read meaning out of it, and also gather our evidence. Now imagine if you have
Evidence.
300.
Yeah.
Imagine if you have 300 of them coming in per second.
Mhm.
It will be very difficult for us to
Yeah.
handle.
Yes.
So, and that gave rise to the next solution, which is a SIM.
Which is the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what is a SIM? Like we all know, is security information and event management. What does it do?
Management, security information,
An event management.
security information, and event management. Yes.
So,
What does it do?
in
Yeah.
nutshell, what does SIM do? Now, in a very layman understanding, this SIM tool
Mhm.
will be fed that 25 million logs When we
We
push
what?
all those, when we push all those millions of logs, we are pushing them into the same tool, the same
Hmm.
tool. Now, the same will sieve them, sieve it, and output for us suspicious links or suspicious logs to bring out suspicious logs. So let's say we pushed 100 logs into it, it will sieve it and bring out the top 10 suspicious logs, which makes the work a bit easier. Question, please ask.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to write that the SIM sieves from multiple loaded logs and brings out the ones that are malicious.
Exactly.
Mm.
So now the question can be, so how does the same actually does this? What's the technology behind what the same does? How is he able to know which one is bad or not? You understand? Because from
Yeah.
our diagram, we see that all our devices, all the logs that are passing through them, we feed them into the SIM, and the same in the other way around, pushes out the suspicious activities for us, which makes our job as SOC analysts a little bit easier. At least we have concentration. We can be concentrating on 100 logs instead of 10 million logs.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it's easier. So we're going to do a little recap now, and we'll call it a day. We are on slide 40. So probably before the week runs out, if you have time, you schedule
Yeah.
again so that we wrap up part two of
I
SOC.
I don't know. Sorry, you got me. I don't know. Maybe you're you'll be free Monday and Tuesday, so that we
No
could
problem.
wrap this up. So that maybe um any time of the day, tomorrow and Tuesday.
No problem. Let's see how Tuesday goes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Let's see. Yeah. So
Okay.
we are
Yeah.
on slide 40, and when we'll come back next tomorrow, we will look at
Yes.
the remaining parts and go through it.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
I think we've done close to an hour so that we don't clog our memory
Yes.
with
Memory. Yes.
much
Yes.
information. So we
I
found
think we
out the
have even done
problem.
more than an hour.
Okay. We
Yeah.
looked at the problems that existed, and we found out the root cause, which we said was lack of visibility, and which led
Yes.
us to trying to monitor or trying to see what was happening, and trying to monitor them gave us another challenge, which was a voluminous amount of what to
Voluminous
monitor.
logs.
Yes,
Yeah.
and now we introduce the SIM tool,
Mm.
which is the Security Information and Event Management. So when we come back next tomorrow, we are going to look at how the SIM works, the basic operations of the SIM, and some other parts of the material, which we also look at the job roles of the SIM, and that will be what we'll be doing next tomorrow. So thank you very much
Yes, sir.
again, Mr. Kola, for staying
Thank you
around.
very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
the
you very
best.
much, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, do well also to
Mm-hmm.
share the program
Okay.
to loved ones and people who might find
Yes.
it needed. Because I had a student who they paid a huge amount of money for him to learn, and he didn't show up for class for one day. I don't want those kind of students.
No. No,
uh,
I know that. Yeah. In fact, when my kids I'm introducing them by next year. I just want
oh,
them to
okay.
finish a bit. Yeah, I'm introducing them.
Oh,
Definitely, I will let you. I
so,
will make sure they go through because though the first one wants to study medicine, but because she knows I'm a computer person, she's trying now
mm.
to say IT. But I said whatever she wants, she should follow that IT. She
Yes.
can learn IT outside, but medicine she cannot learn it outside. So we have so many doctors now that are even IT compliance and whatever. I
Exactly.
told you about this Coda Tech. Coda
Mm-hmm.
Tech. When I was around in Lagos, Coda Tech, I've almost gone to register for cybersecurity. I paid their 5K something, and they said that is a 6 month thing that is a 300 and something that they gave me 1%. Then I am to pay
The balance.
215 abi, yeah, 215 abi 214. So I came back, and the phone that I wanted to use because of ChatGPT, I bought
Mm.
that phone and it was stolen. I bought a Samsung S21 Ultra and the
Mm.
phone was stolen. New one.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. That was a big
Seriously.
setback.
So seriously, it was 500,000 short of
Mm.
10,000 they gave me. And
Imagine.
seriously, it made me go nuts. Like, why is
Mm.
all this thing like this? Yeah.
Mm.
So I've been telling them that they will go into data analysis, go into Python and
Mm.
cybersecurity, because I know that
Mm.
security is always the main thing. Anything
Yes.
you
Yes.
do, even physically as human beings, you need security. You
And
need
funny enough,
security.
and
Yeah.
funny enough, this most basic level um, of cybersecurity training
Yes.
is very useful for any of the fields, whether you're into medicine, whether you're into
Seriously.
the core basic understanding gives you
Basic
an
understanding.
edge, even in the military, even
Yes.
in the medical line, whatever it is, because now they see someone who has a little experience on security. Because now, when
Mm.
we're talking about health, the healthcare system is under serious threat. And
Threat.
it is still people who are health professionals, but health professionals with security experience
Experience. Yes.
that will head such departments.
Definitely.
In the military, it will be military guys with security experience that will head
Yeah.
such departments.
Uh,
So every part of the field is very needed on the security part. At least the most basic. These are our beginners level. So even if the person
level,
does not
yes.
want
Now.
to go through
Ah,
advanced
let me
level.
still the chop. I will focus on it. Even if it's a beginner level, at least you go to bring me money small, small.
Ah.
That's what I seriously. Seriously. If that I am in Nigeria. I will have finished this thing with you. In fact, I will have my job with those people that said they are in advanced boot camp. Seriously. Now, is this thing that is giving me, and I couldn't
Yeah,
focus, and yeah, is the me. That's
understand.
why now you see even each of the slide I
Mm.
have actually, how we're going all through the slides is like I'm duplicating, but never mind.
Mm.
It's not something like that.
No
If you see
problem.
what I've written, I write everything like okay as it is.
Mm.
So 2025 it came on the domain starts evolving 63. That's I make sure I write because it will be easier for me when I pick. Instead
Mm.
of still going through the screen, when I pick, I will know, yes, this is what
Yes.
it means. And especially even the way you have said it, like, okay, root cause, lack of visibility, which brings
Yes.
us to, I had to draw a line that
Mm.
brings us to
Mm.
need for
Mm.
security monitoring. And these things are in lot. We have to use the system server
Ah,
security solution. Yeah. So I know that when I pick those notes, I
that's a
know,
nice. I think you have a teaching acumen because that is
yes,
exactly how understanding comes when you are
so,
able to trace down understand points. You'll be able
yes,
to even pass it on to the next person. It's
on,
all right, Mr. Floyd.
yes.
I'm glad we had
Yes,
the
sir.
time,
Thank you, sir.
so we're going to be
Thank
seeing
you,
next
sir.
tomorrow. Have a nice night.
Okay. And you too, sir. Thank you so much.